Video on merging toolpaths and changing your start depths and why you would want to do that. So let's get into the first part, merging toolpaths, because we'll be able to apply that into what we're going to do here in a little bit. So let's start. We're going to start some 3-inch circles. Before we get too far, I do have this set up on a 12 by 12 with 3/4 inch material, and I am using the material surface. So we've got our 3-inch circle here, and we're going to copy and paste it. We're going to bring one up here. We're going to take this one and move it over just a little bit. Then we're going to put another one in. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our first circle, and we're going to do a pocket toolpath. And we want this to be 1/8 of an inch, 0.125, eighth of an inch. We're going to calculate that. Now we're going to go back to our second circle, and we want this one to be just a little bit deeper. So let's say this one's going to be a 1/4 inch deep, so 0.25, and we're going to calculate that one. And let's go back and let's take our third circle, and we're going to make it 3/8 of an inch, 0.375. We're going to calculate that. So now when we run all 3 toolpaths, let it render here. Okay, so you can plainly see each one of these circles has a different depth. Now, when you take this over to your CNC, you're going to have one toolpath you got to run for this circle, and you've got another toolpath you're going to have to run for this circle, and another toolpath you're going to have to run for this circle. Since we're all using the same bit, our 1/4 inch end mill, there's an easier way to do this. You can select all 3 toolpaths, and you can go up here. Of course, we're using Vectric 9.5. You can go up here to your merge toolpaths. So it's got all 3 toolpaths selected, and we're going to merge them. So what that's going to do is when we unclick off our other toolpaths, if we just run this one toolpath now, and let's speed this up just a little bit so we don't have to wait as long, and it is going to run all 3 toolpaths in one job. So you don't have to start it, stop it, start it, stop it, start it, stop it. You can start it once. So the first one we're looking at, we got 1:27 for it. The second one is 2:55, and the third one is 4.5 minutes. So by the time you get your second toolpath loaded, you're probably going to wind up having 15-20 minutes in getting this one job done. But since we've run all 3 toolpaths, we've merged them together, we've got one toolpath that now takes 8 minutes and 50 seconds. It's a lot less starting and stopping for you to have to worry about. So you can also use that with your V-carve. You can use it with profiling stuff. So merging toolpaths is actually going to save you quite a bit of time in the long run. So let's go back and let's talk about, and I hit the wrong button. Let's go back, start another job, 12 by 12 by 3/4 inch material. Let's go back and let's see. I made a board a while back for a guy. It was a retirement guy, or a guy that just retired from the military, and he had some challenge coins. And I made this piece, and what we wanted to do is instead of just having all his challenge coins laid out, we wanted to actually put them in a piece, and we wanted to actually cover it with little bitty pieces of acrylic or plexiglass. Um, so I'm going to show you what you can do for that using merging and also changing your start depth. So first off, with his challenge coins were roughly, we'll say 2¼ inches. I think they were about that. So we're going to run us a circle. So that was the width of his challenge coins. But we actually need to go just a little bit deeper. So let's go 2.45. just to give it a little bit extra so that when you put the challenge coin in there, it's not going to be as stiff. It's got a little bit of room to go in there and come out easy if he wants to clean them. So, and we wanted to put a piece of plexiglass over this. So we're going to do a circle. This was 2 1/4 inches. So we're going to make a piece of plexiglass that's going to be 3 inches by 3 inches, and we want to round the corners over. Let's give them about a 0.25 radius. Now let's bring this back over here to the center. So, since we're going to cut a piece of acrylic to go in here that's going to be this exact size, our hole needs to be just a hair bigger to make sure that it's going to fit in there just right. 0.1 should be plenty. If you find that 0.1's not enough, you might want to go to, or 0.01, you might want to go to 0.015. But we're going to go with 0.01. So let's take this circle. We're going to pull it out because we want to take this, we want to export this as a DXF and send it to our laser cutter so that we can cut a piece of acrylic that's going to fit straight in this hole. So let's go into what we need to do. This is going to be a two-step thing. So we're going to take our first one, and we need to go to our toolpaths, and our acrylic is going to be 1/8 inch. We don't want it to be bubbled over just a little bit. So let's actually go just a little bit deeper than 1/8 inch, which is 0.125. So let's go with 0.13. Okay, so let's run this toolpath. So that's going to give us a nice little spot for us to put our acrylic in. So now we want to go back. Now, okay, our challenge coin, just for estimation, we're going to say it is 1/4 inch. Now, when I done them, I didn't want to put the challenge coin straight on the wood, which obviously I stained it as well, but I didn't want any of the stain coming off and getting on the challenge coin. So I actually made it, I think it was an extra 1/16 of an inch deeper to be able to put some little felt pads down there to rest on to protect the coin just a little bit. So we're going to take and we're going to go to our pocket tool path for that. And let's see, 1/8 inch plus 1/16 of an inch is 0.0625. 0.3125 should be about right. So we're going to go and we're going, but since we've already got this dug out at 1/8 inch, actually it's 0.13, we want to start this one at 0.13. If we didn't do that, then it would actually go through all this again where there is no material. So we're going to run that, and we're going to preview both jobs. So there we go. That's going to give us what we're looking. We can set our challenge coin in there. We can have a little bit of extra room to put our felt padding down. And then we can also put our piece of acrylic on there to make it a nice little display piece. Now, if you were doing a little bit bigger board and you wanted to put more challenge coins in there, then you've already got it designed once. All we got to do at that point is just drag and drop more. And then when you go to do your toolpaths, all you got to do is you got to select all the different elements for each individual piece. Now, also, since we've got that, we're going to go back to our merge toolpaths things. Since we've got this is the same bit, we're still using the same 1/4 inch end mill. Uh, well, you can go ahead and do the same thing with your merging toolpaths on this as well. So when you just preview that, so it's actually pretty simple. It seems like it would be a hard concept to learn, but actually, once you do it, 3 or 4 times, you're actually going to get to where you're doing it a lot quicker. You can also play around with it a little bit as well. Now, you can also, as long as you're using the same bit, you can also go in and you can add a profile. If you want to do a profile to cut the whole thing out into a shape, you can do that. If you're using the same bit, you can merge everything in together. But what you need to be careful on is if we are going to do that, and I'm going to try to demonstrate what I'm talking about here. So if we've got these 3 pieces here and we want to go and we want to do a profile, let's get a 8-inch circle, just a bigger. Okay, so if we want to do an 8-inch circle and we want to actually make this more of a display piece, you can do that. You can, we'll have to go 0.76 since this is 3/4 inch material. Make sure you're using the same bit. We're going to go on the outside. And I just want to show you something real quick. Yes, we know it's going to cut through material. If you have your profile up above your pockets, when you go to merge your toolpaths, it will click the wrong thing there. I didn't reset it. If you're going to reset everything, but we didn't recalculate. So if you have your profile up above your pockets, it is going to treat that piece that is going to do your profiling first. Now, that may not be an issue if you've got tabs and stuff in there, but that's going to be a lot of extra work on this piece if it's going to have little bitty tabs holding it together. So what is actually the best thing to do is make sure whatever toolpath you want to have done last is going to be the last one, which we want to have the profiling done last. So it's going to do this part before it does the rest of it. And that's what we want. We want to do the most crucial piece last, which is going to be if it was doing all this work on a piece that was only secured by 2 or 3 little tabs all the way around it, there's going to be more likely of a chance that you're going to wind up ruining it. It may not happen, but I prefer just to be on the safe side, just to make sure that you're not going to have a chance of failure. So that's it for today, guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop them below in the comment section. I will try to answer them if I can. If you have any other ideas for a video that you would like me to try to work on, please don't hesitate to send me a message. And if you don't care, I'd really appreciate it if you would like my channel, follow my channel, and like this video. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.